You're listening to The Middle Age Gamers from Dimension X.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Magdx. Sorry we've been on vacation for a while. I am GI Gamer 1981, and this guy over here, the greatest author of all video game books ever, Tristan Ibarra. Yeah, ever. I said it.
Ever. Oh, man. Ever. Wow.
We've been out for a while. We apologize. We've had middle-age issues like, COVIDs,
COVIDs.
books, stress, all those middle-aged 40-year-old things that you deal with every day. But we're back. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry we've left you hanging for like weeks, but we've been pretty busy. This man over here has been traveling the world. He went to my motherland of Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, my first time there awesome. Too.
Had the great feast of Filibertos, and he just got back a couple of days ago. So how was the expo for you?
It was draining. I am physically exhausted still. Maybe it was the Filibertos that put me into a coma.
The roll tacos,
dude. That freaking breakfast burrito was massive.
I told you it was a baby arm. It was a baby arm.
It was. It's dude, insane. It's so big.
It's like Total Recall, like the Quaid.
Well, and I bought a burrito and some rolled tacos the night before, and then a breakfast burrito for the next day because I knew I'd be hungry, eventually. And dude, I was so full from the burrito and the rolled tacos from the night before. It was a long time into the day before I was hungry enough to eat that burrito, and then I was good the entire day.
I was afraid that you were going to be in a coma, you're just going to be sitting in a booth like this.
No, I felt like it, man. Felt like it.
Dude, Phil B's, we used to go there in high school, and I'm talking about ruthless, man. We used to cocktail and then go, because my apartment complex was next to a Filibertos, and we would just climb over a wall, and it's literally it's not joking.
Oh my gosh, that'd be the best,
it's
dude.
Philly B's right there.
Yeah, that's kind of like that's kind of like how dangerous it is, me being so close to Lena's, which is 24/7 here.
Lena's great.
Yeah, Lena's is awesome. Chorizo burrito, so greasy.
The other place too, down on 72nd Street with the that breakfast burritos there are freaking amazing. Their potatoes are
Alberto's.
Yeah. Shout out Alberto's. Your potatoes are the bomb.
We've got some good places to eat around here.
I'll say about the Midwest.
Corn-fed
fatties, man.
Midwesterners, man.
Dude, you guys know how to be fatties out here. I'm all in on it.
That's right, dude.
Dude, if I went to high school here, holy shit, I'd be that girl from what is it, Willy Wonka, turning all blue and shit.
Oh, Violet. Yeah. rolling down the street like a blueberry.
That's right. It'd be horrible.
No, the rest of. Oh yeah, sorry. I was gonna get a little bit more into my
go ahead.
The game on. I know we're gonna talk about it in depth or whatever, but this was I wouldn't say the most fun I've had at a convention. This is the second best convention I've gone to. Midwest last year was the most fun that I've had. Mainly because stealing people's elevators and fist pumping Kung Lao.
That fucking elevator, man, was so
funny. So funny. How could they not notice that the doors just close and then they reopen? They're like, oh, okay, hey, we've been in the elevator long enough. I guess we're on the next floor. It was 2 seconds.
Dude, I bet they rolled at least a good 4 feet before they're like, wait a minute, what is this?
Meanwhile, we're just giggling in the elevator.
So funny. That was the cherry on top of the entire weekend. Was that Gamester 81 playing him in Mortal Kombat? That was That was like super fun. That was a blast, and finally getting to meet him and getting to talk shop from someone that's from Arizona like me. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Meanwhile, like both of us are having this endurance contest. Whose feet are gonna fall off first?
Dude, that weekend sucked for feet.
Damn.
If feet were a stock price, we'd be plummeting right now. Again.
I mean, like, well, every convention, like, you know, it's on convention floors, so it's like concrete. You're on concrete the entire time for like, you know, 10, 11, 12 hours or whatever. So you're getting no relief. It doesn't matter what kind of shoes you're wearing. Like, eventually your feet are going to be hurting. And dude, it was bad last year, but it wasn't near as bad this year.
The funniest was in the room with me, you, and Scott, like just dying of our feet. And then we were all like bonding together over our sore feet.
Damn, dude.
Dude, I was jealous of him too, because Scott like went in there and did the smartest thing. He like got hot water in the tub and like put his feet in there, and I'm like,
oh, he did? I didn't even know that.
I was like, damn, I should have did that. So I was like, I'm gonna man up. I'm gonna do this. That second day when I walked around, I felt like I was stepping in quicksand. It was horrible. Was it like that a game on? Did you stand up a lot?
No, yeah, I stood basically the entire time, but my feet weren't hurting as bad as last year.
Do they have carpet?
And this one was 3 days. No, it was concrete. It was still concrete.
Maybe you're just building endurance for it.
I guess so, man. Like, I don't know.
Was there any cool people you met out there?
Yeah, so you know, my number one objective, if you will, while I was out there, and this is part of pickup, so I won't go full bore, but my number one objective was to meet and get Solid Snake David Hayter's autograph, and boy, he did not disappoint. That man is a legend.
It's so funny to me. Like I was telling you others, like it's so funny to us that like we're meeting like our visuals as kids. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like,
dude,
you know, all the codecs, all the sounds. Dang it, we didn't do this stupid codec thing. We should have.
Crap!
We didn't do the codec thing. Dang it, we didn't do it.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either. Son
of a bitch! Like, Coffin, call me real quick. Just to see his reaction. That would have been so good. Damn it.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Oh well.
This opportunity, but we'll get it. We'll get it.
Dang.
If you don't know, Ibarra has the codec beep when someone calls him.
Yeah, that's my ringer. My ringtone is Snake's codec.
Which is awesome. And I like, to me, like his voice is like embedded in my head from the 90s.
Oh,
I play that game so much.
Dude, and that's one of the things that I told him. I'm like, man, you probably get this a lot, but I've just got to say it. Like, out of any game I've ever played in my entire gaming career, you have the most iconic voice out of any character. Any character. Like, you know, it's not even close.
He's just I always say he's always a true Snake to me. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you try to get Keith or Sutherland. You need to get his little butt out of there. You put Dave Hayter right in there, which is get
that crap out of here.
He's always going to be a legend, which is pretty cool. I was really excited for you when I found out he was going to be there. I was like, oh my god, he's going to flip out.
Yeah, man. It was. I stood in line for a while. Like, I saw at his little stand that he was going to be back at like 4:00 in the afternoon. So like 10 till, I made sure I went over there just so that I didn't have to wait in a big long line. And he didn't show up until like 4:30. So we were all sitting there waiting for him, and there was a huge line by the time he showed up. Huge line.
Yeah, I bet he was super popular. I was thinking like him and Zelda, the girl from Zelda. I thought for sure, like all that Breath of the Wild stuff, you know, like I thought that was gonna be a big deal.
Well, there was one part where like Jeff and I went and grabbed some food at one point on Sunday, I think it was. Yeah, it was the last day of the convention, And right behind where John Hancock and John Riggs were, like if you part their like back curtain, there was like this tucked away place with tables and chairs where all the voice actors and all the special guests, like that's where they ate, away from the general public. And somehow Jeff knew that, so we went over there and we went behind John Hancock's curtain. That sounds gross. And
it sounds like an 80s band, John Hancock's Curtain.
yeah. And I sat down with my chicken tendies.
Yes.
And sitting across from us was the voice of Goku from Dragon Ball Z. There were some Sonic actors, and then I didn't realize it at the time, but yeah, the voice of Princess Zelda was like sitting on the back wall, just chilling by herself. And I mean, like all these voice actors were just like around, and like
what
so
if
weird,
they all
man.
started like talking in their voices while you were eating? Like they were having full on conversations as their characters, which would have been hilarious. Hey, by the way, I'd asked, was Jax there?
Jax was not there. So it was only the Pacina boys.
Okay.
And Tim Kitzrow and Paul Niemeyer.
Okay. Tim
for the
is
Mortal
a
Kombat
NBA
crew.
Jam. Yep.
Yeah. Tim Kitzrow, NBA Jam, boom shakalaka. Dude is fucking hilarious.
Yes,
hilarious. He walks around the entire time narrating everything in that voice. I mean, like, you'd be like walking across the street and he'll just be like, "Oh, look at that guy walking across the street. Hope he doesn't get hit by a car. Kaboom!" Like,
dude, at MGC, he was doing that. He was like singing his thing, and when people walked by, and he's like, "That's a nice hand you got there. I might want to buy one." Boom shakalaka.
And he's doing what I would do with that voice.
Imagine him narrating your life like in a movie.
Oh my gosh, dude!
He's picking up his phone. He's texting.
And like we ended up going to dinner after the last night of the convention. I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save the story until we talk about Game On proper. So
yeah, you got me pretty good too. I won't keep it at that, but you got me pretty good too.
Yeah.
Oh man, so hot about it.
It's so
hot about it. I cannot. The only way I could ever get you back is the Lord, like finding the Lord of Shadows.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh wait a minute, that's David Hayter.
No, it wasn't him. No, he did Zangetsu in Bloodstained.
Yeah. Yes. Which is still awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But myself, I got my very first Kobe's. Finally broke that chain. I died for like 78 hours. I thought it was about the wrap of me. I've been working with my wife. I want to give her a little shout out. She has her annual mom prom this weekend in Omaha.
That's this weekend? Oh gosh, damn! So she's like full bore freaking planning mode now.
If you could see my room right now, there's literally gift baskets everywhere. There's like a million of them. But I want to give a shout out to them. They're nonprofit. They what they do is they give moms an opportunity to, the Dane Cook joke. They want to get in a circle and dance with their pocketbooks. No dudes, just have fun, ladies, just having fun and having drinks and stuff like that. They do they do raffles and all that type of stuff. They give a lot of money to charity, which is awesome. So I'll be doing security for that this weekend. So
you're doing security. You're a bouncer.
I am.
Awesome.
I am Patrick Swayze without the roundhouse kicks.
You're gonna be like Steve from
Jerry.
Well, Jerry Springer. Thank you. Yeah, you're gonna be like Steve from Jerry.
Steve. Steve always kicks it. And it's so funny that he got his own talk show, which is
Steve Wilco. Uh-huh. Hey, someone
God,
had to take up that mantle.
I am such garbage. The garbage TV I watched in the 90s. Oh my god.
Oh, we
So
all
bad.
watched it. Well, I guess I kind of watched it through Talk Soup. I didn't
Yeah,
really
Talk
watch
Soup's
Jerry
great. Well,
Springer,
Talk
but
Soup was awesome though. They picked out the best stuff.
yeah.
I can't believe
So,
that's a B cut, sir. Talk Soup. Wow.
Talk Soup,
I
yeah,
thought
Talk Soup,
I thought I was
dude.
the only one that watched that show.
Oh fuck no, that was hilarious. John Henson and
Yep.
Hal something. I don't remember. His name was Hal something. They were
So
both hilarious.
what was one of the highlights that you when you went there you didn't see coming? Like maybe meeting somebody, maybe seeing something you never seen before. I know they have a lot of cool stuff. I saw that if it was me, the DuckTales freaking Play Choice 10 cabinet I saw out there. Holy crap, that was cool.
Well, yeah, that's one of those rewind by design cabinets that they only made like 3 of each: DuckTales, Mega Man, and Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also made a Sydney Hunter cab, which was behind that DuckTales cab.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, we both know someone in Papillion, in where we are right now, that like in the city that owns all 3 of those cabinets.
I want that Mega Man one so bad. It looks so
Yeah,
cool.
I know, it's crazy.
We're not cool
But
kids.
it was unexpected being able to hang out with so many like YouTubers and we so like the very first night we had dinner with Nintendo. Such a nice guy. My gosh, he is such a genuinely sweet person. I'd never met him before, and then like yeah, we were hanging out with like Reggie and Riggs, and we saw John Gamester 81, John Lester. It was funny to see his like stalking around the convention, because he's in charge of everything. He's the one,
Yeah,
like,
panic mode.
yeah. So
100%.
you could tell if there was something going on, if he was like head down determined, like getting to from point A to point B, or like you could always just read it on his face.
That's how it was when I was there that one year because I felt bad because I was trying to get an autograph for you and I didn't really know him. I knew it's funny, we kind of got like this 3 space from each other. He knows one of my friends that I went to high school with and they were friends too. So that's how I kind of know him. So like I was like, I'm gonna get this autograph for you, but dude, he looked like he was stressed, like he had so much on his brain. I was like, I don't want to bother him. I feel so
Yeah.
bad.
No, he's
Great
talk
dude.
about he's amazing. What an amazing guy. Just genuinely nice person. He deserves all the credit in the world for putting on that expo and bringing all those people together. I mean, it was incredible. It might have been the biggest expo I've been to, if not very close to it.
It has to be
Um,
up to close to Portland at least. I mean, like the way I saw it, I was like, wow, it's almost like Portland.
yeah, it was big. But then, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the very first day, it was bad. Like, people were waiting to get in for 3 hours because of security. Security
Yeah, I
was
heard
bad,
about that.
and it was raining on everyone,
Oh no.
like, hard.
Well, it's monsoon season there. If you don't know it, it's about the start of it,
Yeah.
and dust storms.
Yeah. See, I've never been to Arizona. I wasn't expecting any sort of cold weather. I didn't bring a sweatshirt. Like, what is this
Like,
crap?
tank tops? What?
Yeah.
That's freaking. I heard about it. I heard that I saw the remarks, but like that's hard, man. Like
You can't predict that.
you can't predict that stuff. So like
Nah.
I don't think he did a horrible job. I just think like things are out of your control. You can't control every single little thing, and trying to make sure people are safe and not stuff like that. It happens. So
Well, yeah.
he
I
killed
mean,
it.
yeah, exactly. And like security it's necessary. Like it was only a couple years ago at that Comic-Con where that like person brought a gun in and freaking like didn't someone get shot? I mean, like,
Yeah.
yeah. So to prevent that from happening, of course you have to have security, and of course it's going to take some time. So people just need to understand and you know, just be understanding about it.
Yeah.
Don't be unreasonable.
It's when I went there, it was pretty quick. They had two walkways. They had like one for
Mhm.
VIPs and one for regular. So I had the VIP, so I got the VIP badge and I walked right through. And it was
Yeah.
like literally I was there for like I didn't I think I waited less than a minute to get in.
Yeah.
So there was no issues when I went there. But the way I remember it was just really funny because when I went there, I told you like nothing against Game Street 81 or anything like that. It it was my first con. I was really excited. I think I hyped myself up a little too much. And I think like I went in there with the mindset that everyone's gonna be lovey and happy and stuff, but I
Mhm.
I kinda ran into the game chasers at first and they were
Yeah,
kinda
that's
hungover
that.
and
Yeah,
wild
they're. Mm-mm. I'm not a big fan of them.
and
Nothing against them. Just from what I've seen.
and I don't know at the time. And then I saw Wood Hawker, and I think he was going through a lot of stuff at the time, so he looked pretty sad. And I was like, "What is going on?" And then of course, like I was trying to get games free. Like I try to get one of the games, and there's people that were just bumping people, trying to take things from people because
Yeah.
they were trying to claim stuff. So I mean, there's always going to be jerks and stuff like that. There, it's going to happen, but it wasn't on him.
No,
I think
for you in that year, that was just a perfect storm of like shit going wrong and like misunderstandings and just shit attitudes and like I can't blame
let
you for getting frustrated.
let me understand this. Like John had nothing to do with it. Neither did his Game on Expo. It was just there was some culture going around that at the time that wasn't good. But I got to meet him at MGC, and he's such a sweetheart and was really nice to me. We talked for like a few hours on Star Wars. We're both uber Star Wars nerds.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's big into Star Wars. We were talking about Star Wars for like about an hour or so on the table, and then we played Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. So it was great. And then he also egged me on when you guys were laughing when I beat that poor woman to death on Mortal Kombat,
That lady, she she had no business playing that.
dude. And then like I was playing heel the entire time. I was like, she jumped on the sticks. All right, she knew what she was getting into.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad you had an awesome time at Game on Expo, and I want to definitely go on the 10th anniversary if it ever shows up
No, I'm
next
sure it
year,
will.
which will be amazing. Hopefully, I'll have time off. But today, we talked a little bit of Game on Expo, but some of the things we're going to talk about today is we're going to do some of our 4 best pickups while we were gone. Ranking the Marios. There is a little funny story behind this. We're gonna give our review on Rebirth. I'm gonna give my review on Remake. So he's playing Rebirth. I'm playing Remake. I'm a little behind the cool kids. Uh, Bargain bin cartoons and shows, and basically we'll do our outros and all the fun plugs and things like that. So I'll let you start off first with your pickups. I know you said you had 2, so it's totally fine. So I want to see what you got.
Yeah, and it has to do with Game on Expo still. Um, so I was there, like I said, on a mission. My main objective was to get David Hayter's autograph and meet him, and I did. And I got my Metal Gear Solid signed. It says, "Tristan, you're pretty good, Snake."
It's so cool. It looks
And then
great in
David
that
Hayter.
case.
Yeah, it looks really good. And yeah, he made finger guns at me and said, "Hey, Tristan, you're pretty good." So it was pretty awesome, pretty epic. Um, and then for my niece Emma, she wanted me to get Brock from Pokemon, his
Pokemon?
signature. So I got Brock
Oh, that's cool.
on a Pokemon's card. Yep. And then the biggest pickup that I had over the weekend, besides the Tetris shirt that I was talking about, was the dinner that I had after the third night of the expo. And I sent Coffin here a picture
He
of
pacina'd me.
I did. I pacina'd him. I went to an Irish pub with Tim Kitrow, Dan, and Carlos Pacina after dropping off our bags in Paul Niemeyer's room. It's just surreal, dude. Like, I'm sitting next to freaking, Johnny Cage / Scorpion Sub-Zero and his brother who played Raiden. And then Tim Kitrow's like on the other side doing Irish jigs. So fun, man.
So fun meeting your heroes.
Yeah, and they're such sweet people, man. Like they're so awesome. They're awesome to their fans. I know you we'll have you explain your run-in with Pacina first, but I'm 100% confident it was just him messing around and.
So I'll explain what happened. So at the Game On Expo, there was a guy that was, so they had a line. Okay, they had a line that goes all the way across, and so they were setting up, and I was like, yeah, I told you, like, I brought my Mortal Kombat. I was really excited to get the original signatures and all that stuff, so I was all excited. So I got in line like first. Like I was like, when they came down to it, I was like, I'm going to be in line first. So I can get this done so I can go do whatever. Because we were kind of on a quick time because my aunt had to work that night. So like I had to, she was on a ride, so I had to go. So there was a dude there, and he was behind those guys. Okay, he wasn't working for Game On Expo. I thought maybe he was with one of them, or whatever. And he rolled over and he was like, it said $60. So I was like, oh, it must be for all the signatures, whatever. And he goes, Master Messina says that you have to pay for each one, like each person. And I was like, well, it says $60 right there for everybody. And he's like, no, that's not the price. You're going to have to like this. So I assumed that it was him relaying the message. So then it started becoming like a joke rib with me, like, oh, I'm never going to use Johnny Cage on the original Mortal Kombat machine anymore. No one's allowed to use him. No one's allowed to play with him. No one's allowed to like to pick him. And so it was like this big joke. And
Yeah.
Wittenhagen, Jeff, he heard the joke too. He thought it was hilarious, and this has been going on forever. So then the worst scenario was meeting him at MGC. He was literally just standing next to me, and I'm like, "Oh, great! Now I gotta tell him." So I told him the rib about it, and he didn't really know anything about it. He's like a complete sweetheart guy, really nice, really sweet. So I think it wasn't him. I think it was just some other guy trying to get him. Maybe they're trying to get him more money, whatever. I don't know. But like he was like the sweetest guy ever, and like he was really nice. Took pictures with me. I even got like the autograph thing back there, hanging on the wall, like for with his fatality and stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really freaking nice, and I can't think nothing of him. He's a really sweetheart. But then the joke keeps going on, and Abara sent me a picture while I was playing games here, and I just couldn't stop giggling because I'm like, oh man, they're in there just like ribbing me, like, oh yeah, Coffin hates you. Oh my god, look, Messina, he hates you. And I was like, I can't understand what kind of conversation they're currently having right now about this rib that I have going on. And it's like escalated like out of control. So then I was like, I'm gonna get a bar back. So I took his picture, and I put fatality above it. And then I put a picture of me holding my hands, and I was trying to get him to laugh back at the joke. But he's a sweetheart, and I don't want this turf war to go on anymore. I can't wait to talk to him at MGC and him just giving me shit the entire time because I deserve it.
No, he's a really good guy.
Can't
say enough about him. Not this time. No. Are you talking about MGC or like last year? I mean.
Oh no! Dude, Jeff's a dick. He like set me up. He's like, "Oh yeah, dude, he doesn't like you. He doesn't like you." And I'm like, "Come on, man!" Yeah. It's like, dude, you fucking know him.
Yeah, I know.
He got me good on that one. I was like, "Oh, I'm so fucking bad." It's so funny.
No, Yeah, I mean, they know that like all these fans are coming out to see them. They're really appreciative of their everyone's passion. And he's like, at the end of the day, we were you guys whenever we were young too. We were geeks. We were like into comic books and stuff like that. We had like people that we followed and stuff like that. So they completely understand where people are coming from whenever they're like coming up and fanboying or whatever. Not that I did. I mean, like I think I did a relatively good job of just being a normal person around them. I did tell Tim Kitzrow that he has a missed opportunity. He needs to make a doll of himself with a pull string that says his phrases. I would buy it in an instant.
100%.
Yeah,
Dude, day one purchase.
yeah. Yeah, and then after dinner we went back to their hotel, and then we were like on the patio side, and then Paul Niemeyer showed up, and the crew from Rareware from back in the day were at MGC or at Game On. Excuse me. Doing their like music and stuff like that. I think his name is David Wise. If I'm getting that wrong, I apologize. But he did the music for Donkey Kong Country, for GoldenEye 007, for just tons of stuff. He's a legend. And then like the crew that did Killer Instinct and Battletoads and Perfect Dark, and I mean just the list goes on and on. These guys from Rare, they're hanging out with us too, and I'm just like, I cannot believe this is happening. It's like people from Killer Instinct and people from Mortal Kombat are hanging out. Like two of my favorite franchises growing up. Like I played the shit out of those games growing up.
You earned it though, man. Like all the stuff that you guys have been doing in premium edition games and all that stuff. Like, that's like a tip of the hat right there. Because you're part of that community. So like, just to be able to like hear your excitement was like really cool to me, because I mean, like, you totally deserve it. All the things you've been doing in the video game community, just kicks ass. You're finally getting some recognition from them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to put myself out there. Like both you and I deal with some anxiety issues, and I have for a long time. So like the first couple nights that they went out, I wasn't feeling it. I took an Uber straight back to our VRBO and just like relaxed, because my social battery was on empty. There was no way I was going to be able to like be a social human being. But I forced myself to go out that last night because I would have regretted it.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I'm glad I did too. And all of them were like super nice, and whenever they found out that I was an Air Force veteran too, like they were like super nice. I mean, Tim Kitcher gave me a hug and told me thank you for your service. Like, like
was he was like, thank you for your service.
No. I wish he had.
Hey, thank you for service.
Boom shakalaka.
Drop them bombs.
Oh man, so good, dude.
Man, so funny. We have narrate our lives. Oh my god.
Yeah, but we also did a panel on Sunday at noon with Smash JT, who has a YouTube channel, and he goes by Nerdy Nick, but I think it's Nerdy Nick 91 on YouTube. He's also a YouTuber, up and comer. Dude is jacked, and he was wearing this like Mario outfit. Holy crap, man! I wish I had that physique. But he is super nice. I might be going. Yeah, he also has a podcast called the N Squared Podcast. And he actually messaged me out of the blue today and asked me if I wanted to be on his podcast at some point. So I'm definitely going to hit him up on that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm happy you get the recognition you deserve. You've been working your butt off with your book and everything like that. So I think it's time.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I'm just a lonely ghost hiding out in the corner. That's me.
Whatever, man.
My pickups, I got a big things. First off, I have to thank this guy right here for getting me a new computer because I'm not nerve savvy at all. Him and my wife set me up with this new computer so I could actually like not freeze up on you guys 100,000 times. And what happened was the power cord went out because he actually gave me his old computer, and the power plug was just randomly going out. We couldn't figure out what
Yeah,
was
it's so
going on.
weird, man.
So weird. And they hooked me up with a new one. I'm really excited about it. So that's definitely number one. Thank you so much for helping me and my wife out with our illiteracy in computers because we were terrible.
Yeah, I know enough to be dangerous whenever it comes to computer specs. So I saw a good deal and I sent it along to her.
I still have a theory you got it for the cool RGB lights. Like they're all dancing around right now.
That was just a bonus, dude. That was just a bonus, man.
The other thing you got me, and I can't beat you this year, and it's crazy that I even got this. I got this rose colored gaming surprise from you for my birthday.
Oh yeah.
Hyper Metroid. And this was done by Rose Color Gaming. It was very hard to get a hold of. I tried to get one and failed miserably because they were so limited. But what's cool too is that it comes with this really cool stand for it, so you can put your game on top of it, which is really cool. And the game is super fun. I already beat it.
Oh, you
It's freaking
did?
awesome. Yeah,
Dang, dude.
I went through it. As soon as you gave it to me, it was already trouble. Like as soon as I popped it in, I was like, "This is it." So
I
really,
forget.
really cool.
Did that load into your
It did.
It did. Okay.
So I also found out my Super Nintendo died because my Super Nintendo is officially my original is officially dead. He finally bit
no.
the farm. So it's okay. I got plenty more of them here, so it's okay. But I got scared because I put it in. I'm like, oh, it's not working. Oh no, did I break something? Did I put him in Poly Mega and make it jack something up? And then when I put the Super Nintendo first, and then I put it in my mini Super Nintendo on the other side, and it played perfectly. So then I put it in the Poly Mega, and it worked. But I thought I broke it. I was really, really scared. The I'm not a complete NES collector, as you well know. I'm not part of that life, but I did get 3 more boxes. One, you'll be very proud of me. I officially got it.
Very nice.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh crap! Sorry, that reminds me. I actually did get an NES box as well that I'll name after you're done. But yeah, that just reminded me.
I love these Capcom 3D covers.
Yes.
I think they're so cool. It just reminds me of every T-shirt I had in the 80s with a picture in it, like Ninja Turtles, or insert, like a random something that I enjoyed. But like, I always think these are hilarious.
Yes.
And I always wondered too, like, I wonder if you actually put 3D glasses on, if this actually like pops out like a picture.
Wouldn't that be an Easter egg?
I was like, I wonder if that concept was on their minds when they did it. Your favorite game in the whole wide world? I finally got Nightmare on Elm Street, CIB.
Gross.
And what's crazy about this game is that it's kind of uncommon. I don't understand it. Like the instructions are really hard to find. The box is really hard to find. I've been looking one forever, and I don't even care. Like it's got a little mark on it, whatever. I don't care. It's too hard to find.
Yeah.
I don't care about the condition of it, but like I'm just happy. I have these. NECA has like video game figures, and so what I want to do is I want to put them next to the boxes and like display them. So I think that's something in the future I'm going to be doing. And this one was pretty. Was it Mr. Dake? Pretty expensive, or very expensive.
Yeah.
Bubble Wobble 2. So now I'm down to Panic Restaurant and Little Samson.
Ugh.
That's it. And the Holy Knights. So I have DuckTales 2, I have Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers 2, I have Bomberman 2, I have
Snow Bros,
and also Dinosaur Peak. That's also another one. Those are all 3 ones I'm not getting. So that's not happening. So I'll consider this done.
Yeah.
This is not a expensive one, so I was happy. I like Bubble Bobble a lot. You've ruined the song for me forever.
I know, yeah, because of Brental Floss's
Fucking
rendition. I love that song, man. He's so good with lyrics.
Bubble Bobble, Bubble Bobble. It's just me every time I play that game now. I think of that portion of the song every time.
Bub and Bob were dinosaurs who frolic in the nude.
It's so bad.
Good, man. It's so good.
Like when the kids were playing it down here, I was doing that bubble bobble bubble bobble.
Oh man.
And then, by the way, the most expensive 4K movie out there right now.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that, dude. That's insane.
On eBay. So I told people, and I said this. I said I told people to purchase it, and they're gonna feel real bad when they didn't. And boy, everyone's like stressing about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Umbrella is a company in Australia. They got the rights to do a special edition, 4K collector's edition of Super Mario Bros. 1993. And as you see here, it comes with
a lot of stuff.
It comes with a little reel at the top there, so you can actually pull it apart and stuff and play it. What you'll love, I'll show you this. This is going to blow your mind. So I'm looking for it right now because I want it so bad. It's a Mario magazine they had in '93, and it was officially licensed by Nintendo.
Oh, no kidding. Huh.
I can't find anything on it. And they had to have it because they had to do something with it, you know what I mean? So they had to get a copy of this to do this. I don't know if this was exclusive overseas or what, but
yeah, that could have been.
But dude, check this out. Like, this is crazy. It even has advertisements in it.
That's awesome.
And like quiz trivia of the movie and stuff. So dude, I am 100% looking for this. Because if it's a mini guide like those other Nintendo Power ones I have, where it's got to be a part of it, you know, because I have the Wizard. So
yeah.
if Nintendo made an official one, I have to find it. So anyone knows any leads out there, please let me know because I'm looking for it. But that's all my pickups. But I will do one shout out to one that I will thank Jenny for, and this is Beavis and Butthead one book as well, which is great. They even have like by the way, it has an 8x10 of Beavis in it, which is hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's hideous.
Dude, it's hilarious. It's like apparel wear, and they talk about everything 90s, like 90s shows and puberty and all kinds of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's the funniest bathroom read I've ever had. Like they have like actors that suck, and all they do is make fun of Tom Hanks, which is hilarious. So pretty cool. All right, since we got done our pickup. Oh, you said you're gonna do the Nintendo game, the one Nintendo game you got.
Oh yeah, so I like you know, I've got that sealed and graded Final Fantasy back there. But another one of my favorites, you know, on the NES, as a JRPG fan, Dragon Warrior. I played it way back in the day, and I finally got a box copy, CIB.
You sure want to give it to your friend for his 1,000th copy?
Nah, I'm keeping.
I saw that he was in the news. He's got.
Yeah, he was in the news.
Now. Awesome.
I've got another copy. I do have one copy to give him again.
Dude, he needs to make a chair out of that.
Oh, he already did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. Excuse me, a long time ago.
Yeah, dude, what a! It reminds me of that Jurassic Park meme where that dude has like a refrigerator full of Jurassic Park.
I know. It's like what? Jurassic Park funny. On Super NES.
So speaking of Mario, since I showed the 4K off, I thought this would be a good transition into ranking our Marios. We'll go with top 3 Marios. And this could be from any era of Mario Brothers. You know what I mean? It could be the Donkey Kong Mario. It could be movies. It could be whatever. Because there's so many different variations of Mario. So we'll start with number 3. I'll let you go first, and then I will do mine.
Okay. Number 3 is going to be Bob Hoskins.
Yes.
Bob Hoskins, Mario, gritty, real, Mario.
Luigi Mario.
Brother of Luigi Mario.
There's 3 Marios. There's Mario, and then there's Luigi Mario.
Yeah. I mean, you just went over that 4K movie, but like back in the day, dude, like, we were all obsessed with Super Mario Brothers, and we wanted to see a live action representation of it. So like whenever we knew that it was coming to theaters, everyone was hyped for it. I don't. Yeah, seriously, I don't know anyone who didn't see that in the theater. Like that was a friend of mine. Like, back then that was it, dude. Like, we really didn't have any expectations for it because let's be honest. Back in those days, like the interpretation for Super Mario Brothers was way up in the air as far as like the lore. Like it hadn't been around that long. Have you ever seen the version of Super Mario Brothers on ice? You ever seen that? Look up Super Mario Brothers on ice after we're done with this.
Okay.
Jason Bateman actually like introduces it, and he's like,
really?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Whenever he's like way young, but it's super cringy. But yes, it was their take on Super Mario Brothers. Like I said, there's so many different interpretations because it was such a new IP, and like it was the Wild West for Super Mario Brothers, which is why we've got those like creepy ass Mario dolls that are all like fuzzy and diseased looking. You know which ones I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like the early merch was
Mario's. Yeah, merch was bad.
Yeah, the early merch was bad, but that was their interpretation of Mario. Like they just got something out there. So
they're like, make him look Italian. Here you go.
Yeah, and obviously, like for Bob Hoskins Mario, they took it in a completely different direction, and he did what he could with it.
I said this: if they had Super Mario Bros. In the middle of the name of it, if they would have like called it like Dinosaur Planet or something like that,
or the Mushroom Kingdom or something,
it would have been a hit in the 90s. It would have been an absolute hit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because when they put the Mario Brothers moniker on, they're like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, yeah, and then they forced like all these like different characters like the Goombas, and that was weird. The Goombas are freaking weird. Big Bertha's weird. Toad is weird. Everybody's weird.
I didn't get to tell you this. So, dude, you know the dance scene in there, right?
Yeah.
Dude, they didn't have extras, and they bought a strip club of women to that thing. Like I was telling Melissa, I was like, how did Nintendo even greenlight this? They could have been like, nah, we're not using this IP. No, we're done. They could have been like, no, but I think like they were like so desperate to try to get into the pop culture.
Well, had to get something out there because I mean there was just too much money to be made at the time. It's like they had to strike. Well, so the National Video Game Museum in Frisco, Texas, for a time they actually had a display of Super Mario Brothers the movie, like an entire wall dedicated to it with props from the movie. They had those Thwomp boots sitting there.
Oh my god!
They had Daisy's dress in the case. They had like a couple wrenches that Mario and Luigi used, like all sorts of stuff like in the display. It was so cool to see.
You didn't see the de-evolve ray that was a Super Scope 6?
No, they didn't have the de-evolve ray.
literally grayed out fucking Super Scope 6s, which I thought was hilarious. Boy, and I have to give you a viewing in 4K. Oh my god, it's like night and day. Like you can see a lot of suspect edits on that thing.
Yeah.
My number 3, I will have to say this is, and I know it's gonna be weird, but it's Mario Brothers 2 Mario. here's the thing I about it that I kind of like loved about it. It was like the first representation, like a really good, like I joke, it's like a taking it from like a CRT to HD, like the way it looks.
Yeah,
He
that's
had like a
true.
lot of character to him, and I thought it was
Yeah.
cool, like he like you strained, you can see him straining his face and all kinds of stuff like that. I thought they did like a. I know that it's Doki Doki Panic, I get it, but like the way that they built him, like it put all the Mario features together that I
Well,
think that
yeah,
most people know.
you're right. He went from pixels to an actual cartoon at that
Yeah,
point.
correct. And
Yeah.
I think it's really cool the designs of that game. Like I feel like it doesn't get a credit enough. I know it's a completely different game, but like Toad, and it kind of established like what the whole Mushroom Kingdom was. So it's like
Hmm.
Toad, Princess, Luigi. You got like the four people, for the game, and they all had like their own personalities. One could run really fast. Mario was average. Luigi could jump high. Princess could float. Like they gave him all these like little attributes for him, and I thought it was cool, like the way they built the characters up for him. So that's my number three. I think the Super Mario Brothers 2 Mario doesn't get enough credit where credit deserves.
And you know what? In a way, I'm actually going to say my number two is the same one because the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, that cartoon Mario is actually based on Mario 2's Mario.
Yeah.
And those characters are based on Mario 2, like the story of I mean, there's like Triclyde and Claw Grip and Mouser, and Wart wasn't in there though. It was still Bowser, so Wart wasn't there.
Wart was only in one, and the reason why I would assume is because Bowser's such an iconic character.
Yeah, has to be. But yeah,
I
I think that's my number two is also Mario 2 Mario.
And also what I didn't realize too is that was I think that Mario 2 time was right when they started doing all the promotional stuff, like all the cups and all the t-shirts and all the stuff, because you always see like them
Yeah,
with the vegetables always throwing stuff and like
yeah,
Sky Guys and stuff. So I think that that's what their mindset was. You're right. I didn't think about that aspect of like it being a cartoon.
Well, and I mean, just think about if they had gone with like the Japanese Super Mario Brothers 2, it wouldn't have been nearly the
Failed.
same. Yeah, exactly. Like over here in the U.S., that's why it's called Super Mario USA. It's because we got a special edition, special version of Doki Doki Panic, and like that was Mario's universe in a nut. Like immediately became Mario's universe to us.
Well, it's
Expanding upon.
Howard
Yeah,
Phillips is the one that saved us.
yeah. Hey, no, kudos to them, man. Like it's awesome. It fits, even though it was from a different universe. It fits.
I remember here's the thing. I know that everyone loves the Mario 3 box, right? With
Mm.
him with the raccoon and him flying out. But that blue and that Mario jumping like on Mario 2's
Yeah,
box, like I think it's the most iconic box in like any NES box I've ever seen. That one always brings back memories to me.
yeah, dude.
My number two, and you're gonna laugh, is I hate to say it, I absolutely enjoy it. I love the original Jumpman Mario, the Italian Mario, is like called. I think his design is so funny. And what makes me mad the most that they took away from him is the curly mustache. Like
Yeah.
I loved the
Uh-huh.
curly mustache with him. I love the way that they designed him. It's funny to me how they're like, if they went to a toy place, was like, listen, we need him to look like a plumber and he has to look super Italian. And like they gave it like the most stereotype features I've ever seen on a Mario thing. It just makes me, it's so bad. It's like so good. It's
I
like it's kind of
know.
like the Mega Man like perception of him in the first game, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just super iconic.
Yeah, and I mean, Jumpman, obviously, like it's the first Mario. Like, so I would love to know who actually like drew that Jumpman. But you're right. They were given a direction, like make him look like a plumber, make him look Italian, and he's like, okay, I can do that. like,
The other thing that confused me about Donkey Kong, and this makes me laugh, is like he's supposed to be a plumber, right? But
Yeah.
like when he's all, it's supposed to be steel beams, and then he has a giant hammer. So is he really a construction worker? Is
Yeah,
he really a
carpenter.
plumber? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this guy? And the other thing that makes me laugh about him is that he's the only version of Mario that was a bad guy. The only version of Mario that was a bad guy in Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah.
Because he captures Donkey Kong in it.
He's
So
like cracking the whip too.
yeah, it's just so funny. Like he's such a it's such a B-side Mario, which I enjoy. And then it's funny to have the dolls that we have of him like that.
Yeah.
Like it's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yep. All right. So for number one, and this won't be any secret to anyone who knows me, because damn it, he has always been Mario to me. Captain Lou, MF and Albano. Captain Lou Albano is the best Mario
Love
that's
that.
ever been and ever will be, and he will never be beaten. I can't believe they convinced him to shave off that beard though. Like that must have been painful for him. Because I mean, that's so iconic. Like that was Captain Lou. Is that that goatee with the rubber band in it, and they made him shave it off to be Mario, which I guess he wasn't happy about. But what choice did he have? But he had the best rendition, and like those live segments of him and Luigi were so good, man. Like as a kid growing up, like I freaking loved those. Like they could have made a show of just Captain Lou and him in their like little like plumbing whatever that was, like basement, and I would have ate it up as a kid. Just totally ate it up. Like cartoon came second to Captain Lou. And in his voice, it like that's the voice that Mario should have always had. Charles Martinet, nothing against him, but I hate that interpretation of Mario, the Mickey Mouse Mario. Hate it.
Oh
I have
boy.
always hated it.
I don't mind it for like my kids. Like I think he's a good version for my kids.
Yeah.
But I'll have to agree. I think Lou Albano is also great. What I also liked, it was like bringing two my favorite things together. It was wrestling
Yeah,
and
wrestling.
then that together. And what's so funny about the Mario show that people don't even realize, there were so many cameos of pro wrestlers on that show. Sergeant Slaughter was on there.
Yeah.
He had tons of people. He had Cyndi Lauper on there and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Cyndi Lauper, Magic Johnson was on there.
Yep.
Um,
And of course the ending song is like iconic. Like you always,
do the
I remember
Mario.
it
My
like vividly
gosh,
in my
dude.
head. Yeah, do the Mario.
Oh, and the opening song and the middle song and everything. It's so good. Like it makes me so happy.
It's so funny that they try to like. I always laugh at the premise of the show. Like the first portion's great, but like they had like I think they'd have much cartoon time, so they had like a 5-minute episode of Mario, and then they had like a 5-minute episode of Link, and then like it was like 20 minutes of them doing shenanigans, like live action and stuff.
Oh, it's
It's
so good, man.
so good, and it made me sad when they took it away and they went to like the NBC and they did like the
Yeah.
whole Captain N hour or whatever it was, and God, I wish they and it was cool that he voiced it on the show. Like he was actually voicing the Mario on the cartoon too. So it like kind of like put them together. It's like, oh, he's actually the Mario.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to pick his brain. Like especially like right now with conventions and stuff, he would be legendary right now.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, man, he would be a billionaire from signatures. He died a long time ago, but that's definitely one of my regrets, never having been able to meet. I mean, he was my hero growing up, dude. he was my Mario, dude.
So fun. That's such a great show. Okay, I got one more for you. Most underrated Mario.
Underrated Mario.
Like a Mario that's underrated. I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
Golf Mario. I love the Mario Golf games. I don't care what anyone says. They're so much dang fun. I know Hot Shots is a great game, but god dang it, Mario Brothers, like Mario Golf, Toadstool, whatever, it's like all of them are great. Like all the sports Mario games, I just think he's so underrated because he's like, it's funny that they turned Mario into like a complete athlete on everything.
Yeah. Mario versus Sonic at the Olympic Games. Like, come
Dude, so
on.
great.
Who's gonna win a race? I wonder.
Dude, you better
Fat,
dude, that game,
fat plumber or speedy hedgehog.
but here's the funny thing. What if that came out during the 90s? That would have blew our minds.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I mean, it blew my mind whenever Sega, stopped making consoles, and then all of a sudden, Sonic games ended up on like the cover of Nintendo Power. That was big.
Yeah,
That was really big. I actually thought of the most overlooked Mario in history, in the history of video games. The most overlooked Mario.
Which one?
And I'm not talking like Punch Out Referee Mario.
Ooh,
Like
that's a good pick.
he's right there.
That's a good pick.
But no. The most overlooked Mario in Nintendo history is Pinball Mario.
Oh, Mister, he's such a dick with that ball.
Holding up that freaking
He is
thing and like
such a
moving back
dick.
and forth. Yeah,
Makes me so mad.
people forget Mario was in Pinball.
I could never line him up for that thing, and I used to get so mad because I always try to go that bonus level, and then he would jack me up every time.
I played the crap out of that pinball game. My gosh, I played that.
They did an awesome job.
So
with
good.
that game.
Mm-hmm.
So while we were gone, Abara went into hiatus for a little bit too during our vacation, and Cloud came back for Rebirth.
Yes, he did.
I think it's a hilarious name that they gave that because, like, it's they were like, we can't do remake anymore. Remake is like so like 2 years ago. We got to fix it. We got to spice this up. So he's like, we'll call it Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a continuation from remake. They had Final Fantasy remake. They had the DLC? I can't think of the name of it, but I guess it's popular right now.
Intergrade.
And then now we got Rebirth a couple years later, which is wild to me because I'm thinking that I thought that game came out like maybe like a year ago or something.
No, it was like 2020 or something like that. It's something nuts.
It's like the end of PS4, which is like
it's
crazy. So I thought we would do. Amar will do his review of Rebirth. I will do my my hilarity of remake because there are some things that I was not happy with, but I'll let you go into it. So.
Well, we'll go in chronological order. Let's start with you.
All right. I played the original one in 1997, and I was confused by this whole thing because I thought maybe like they were like doing releases of discs. Like this is disc 1, and then this game is disc 2, and this game is disc 3, and that's what I thought. I didn't realize it was like a reimagining of the whole storyline, so I didn't get the concept at first. So my mindset at first was like, I'm not going to play it until I get all the games and I can just all play it all the way through. That's my mindset. But then IGN kind of ruined it for me. They're like, oh yeah, it's just a reimagining of things. It's different stuff and blah, blah, blah. I won't go into spoilers. But so I was like, screw it. You were playing Rebirth. I was like, what a great idea. I'll finally play Remake. And so I got the PS5 version, and the opening is so epic. I just can't explain it. I think it's the best looking PlayStation 5 game I've ever seen. 100%.
That's incredible. Yeah.
I've played a lot of games on PS5. That game, like, I was like, wow. The thing I do like is I know if it's a JRPGs, I love JRPGs, but I like this new action system that they have. But they throw in a retro vibe to it where you have like a classic, or you have like the newer versions of like how you play RPGs now. And I went with classic and easy because I just wanted to kind of like see how
fun.
Went.
Yeah, you just wanted to have fun. Yeah.
Just dip my feet in the pool. You know what I'm saying? The mechanics of it are super fun. I like the way you can like switch between characters when you're in the fight. I love that you have your different variations and things like that. The materia system they've made it's way better than the one on the PS1, I think. And just the music itself, the mood of the game, all the stuff is like so good. That first scene going on the train and fighting and doing the first reactor, awesome.
Epic.
And so I feel like I'm doing this, and then I get to after it, and then I'm saving cats. And I got rather confused. I was like, is this Final Fantasy filler 7? What's going on here? Like, I was just baffledly confused by all the little mini filler things that they have you doing, and I was like, I'm so confused by this. Is this supposed to be part of the storyline? Did they have this in the original game? It's been so long since I've played it, so I'm like, I don't know. But there's a lot of filler in it. I'll say this: there's a lot of great action scenes and different things when you're going down it, but it's like awesome filler, awesome filler, awesome filler, awesome. And so it kind of just jumps from back and forth. And I know some people like catch quests. I'm not about that. I love side quests, but I don't like catch quests where I have like go talk to 5 people about this and come back and I'll give you a reward. Like I'm like, I feel like you're just delaying me time. But if I had to give a rating for it, I would definitely say it's definitely a 9.5 all in the reflexes because it's the most the action in it's amazing. If I could I just wish they took all the filler stuff out and just like made it all action, and then I'd been happy.
Yeah. I totally understand that gripe. But I was happy. I guess I'll compare my my initial reaction to remake to that of Maximilian. Like I was completely awestruck because, you know, Final Fantasy VII, just like a lot of other players, a lot of other gamers, it's got a special place in my heart. I was a huge PlayStation fan growing up. It's just out of the blue. Like one day, my dad had traded some computer equipment to a friend of his that had a PlayStation. Traded it for a PlayStation and Resident Evil and a whole bunch of other games. It just out of the blue. Like I wasn't even really aware of the PlayStation at the time. But all of a sudden I owned one. And then my birthday was coming up, and I went to the flea market, and they had a copy of both Resident Evil 2 and Final Fantasy VII for a decent price. So I got both of those on the same day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I remember playing Final Fantasy VII, and I played for hours and hours and hours, and then I'm like, oh crap, I have to save. I don't have a memory card.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah. So I kept it on for I don't even know how many hours until I could get a memory card from KB Toys at the mall. But I ended up getting an Island Blue memory card.
Yes.
Yeah. And saving my game. And you know, the rest was history. But Final Fantasy VII, like I was saying, has a special place in my heart because it goes way back for me, and it took, just like you were saying, you know, Mario 1 and Mario 2 are such a different, Mario 2 took Mario into actually being a cartoon and a thing instead of just pixels. Final Fantasy VII did the same thing for the franchise. Instead of just a bunch of pixels like Final Fantasy 1 through 6 were, now it's in 3D, it's polygonal, it's like you're in a living, breathing city and a world. And you know, the FMV technology and the amazing score that Nobuo Uematsu put together,
killed it.
It's incredible. So that the entire package of Final Fantasy VII obviously resonated with a whole generation of gamers, to the point where, you know, they demanded it be remade using today's technology, and being able to play that game with updated technology and no limitations, basically. Like I mean, I was getting choked up, like looking at like all this world that was represented by like low graphical polygons before,
So good, man.
and now all of a sudden it's this actual. I mean, it's so realistic. I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, I understand your gripes about the fetch quests and like all the other stuff, but to me, I'm glad that it extended the game. I just wanted more of it. I didn't care how they gave it to me, and it just kind of like filled out the game and made it like even more of a living, breathing world to me. So you'll be disappointed to hear that there's a whole lot of more filler
No.
in
No.
Rebirth that a lot of people have gripes with, but I'm okay with it. Again, it's such a beautiful representation of the game that we've all played back in the 90s. To be able to see Junon and Nibelheim and the Golden Saucer and like all these other places fully fleshed out without any of these like technical limitations is just amazing. And now this one gives you traversal through via Chocobo.
Yes, I saw the climbing chocobo, which I thought
Yes,
was hilarious. I was like, yes,
it's
wall
cool.
chobos.
It's really cool. So there's a lot of like hidden things to do. There's a lot of extra things to do, but they all really add to the game, I think. I just completed, I think, chapter 5, and it's got something like 14 chapters. So I've only really scratched the surface.
Isn't it crazy, by the way, that like games are coming more like books now? Because like even in Resident Evil like 4 that I've been playing, like it's all they like chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3.
Yeah,
It seems like they're like most. I think most of these developers now are treating it like it's like an actual like a novel, like when you're like doing it, which is crazy.
yeah.
That was wild. That was a little wild thing about that they're doing chapters.
Yeah, I give it 5 out of 5. I'd buy that for $1. I don't think they could have done anything differently. Nothing annoys me about the game except for Yuffie. however you want to pronounce it. Yuffie can go to some other Final Fantasy game and stay there.
Oh, so what you're saying is your team Tifa all the way.
Tifa and Aerith. I mean, I'm more of an Aerith girl. Aerith, yes, I'm an Aerith girl.
I'm a Tifa.
I'm an Aerith guy instead of Tifa guy.
I'm a Tifa all day.
Yeah. Okay.
I will tell you a funny story that I feel like Final Fantasy VII opened the public to actual like RPGs. Like that's how I feel about it. It was such an epic thing that it's crazy hearing the story about it because Sony put so much money behind the promotional things for Square because Square couldn't afford like all the promotional stuff. Sony like out of their own pocket. Like here's how crazy it was. Sony did a contract with them, right? They did all the promotional stuff, and they gave them a discount on the production of the discs. So it was like a complete win for them. Like Sony just wanted Final Fantasy on their console, and they gave them like all this carte blanche.
Yeah, and I mean, like it can't be overstated how important that game was to the genre and getting everyone into this at the time niche genre. Like I understand Final Fantasy VI is up there as part of like people's favorites too, if they don't say 7. But like I was saying before, like the technology leap between 6 and 7 is pretty stark. So yeah, to have that on the PlayStation was a system seller and a half.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I remember the night it came out, my friend Joe was like amped. Like he was at the EV store, and he got he got it was really funny. He got a hat, a shirt, the strategy guide, the game, and then it was a I don't know where the hell it came from, but they were selling Buster swords, like the Air Buster swords.
Whoa.
And yeah, like they were just selling them there, but dude, they weren't real like square stuff. They were just selling just like swords that look like it, like that you could blow up, which was hilarious.
That's awesome.
And he had a ball, and the first thing I saw in the game was the opening, like with the music and everything, and I was like, dude, I gotta go tomorrow and get this game.
Dude, that opening with the train and just instantly into the action and the music and the oh my gosh, dude, it's so good. Yeah, like I can't think of another game that's done that.
I don't either, and it's funny because the other one that I love the most, like there's two intros that I love in video game ever. It's that one, and then Final Fantasy VIII's intro with the sword fight. That
that was pretty epic with the like chorus singing and
and cut his face like you didn't like Square never showed blood, and I'm like, oh dude, this is nuts. So yeah, pretty freaking cool. Now we're gonna go into bargain bin cartoon shows that we loved as a kid. Well, we like to call them ghetto cartoons, if you will. Cartoons that we loved that were complete trash. I thought we would like do let's say we'll do two of our favorite binge cartoons we used to watch as kids, that just awful cartoons that we just enjoyed.
Oh, I gotta think, because I mean, like the ones that stand out in my mind aren't really ones that I enjoyed watching. It's just ones that I remembered like coming home, and they were like really capitalizing on the popularity of other shows at the time. Like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were there, obviously. That was hugely popular. But then there were the tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills.
Yes. Yes.
Like what the fuck?
What a tongue twister.
Yeah. Tattooed teenage alien fighters. Tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. I'll never forget that crap. It's so bad, man.
It's so bad. I like the that realm was Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Big Bad Beetleborgs.
Was Digimon a ripoff of Pokemon, or was Pokemon a ripoff of Digimon?
I have no clue. I think
I don't either.
I don't know either.
If we get that wrong, someone's gonna get heated,
dude. Someone will get mad. It's like Bloods and Crips. I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. But one of them's a ripoff of the other.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. That is actually a really good question, because I thought that too. But then was it Tamagotchi? There's like Tamagotchi. There's Pokemon. There's dude. I wonder how far back this realm goes in like little animal like little things like that Japan was doing. Like it's just nuts.
I did just think of one that I did enjoy watching that wasn't on very long. Pro Stars.
Oh yeah, I do know that. Yeah,
with Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, and who was the third one? Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, I think it was Bo Jackson.
Pro Stars. Oh man! And then New Kids on the Block had a cartoon. I remember that.
MC Hammer.
MC Hammer had a cartoon. Oh
Hammer
man!
Time. Hammer time. Hammer.
Oh my gosh!
God, we were such horrible children.
Well, no, dude, we were spoiled because like you come home from school and like there's 3 or 4 different stations with cartoons on to choose from. Like and if you had Disney Channel, if you were lucky enough to have that, then you had the pick of like freaking Tailspin and
you mean drug smuggling? Drug smuggling?
Yeah, drug smugglers.
That whole The whole concept of that show is cocaine. I don't care what anyone says. Two people transporting illegal stuff over, and then pirates trying to take them and stuff. It's literally cocaine. Like it's like Scarface
Yeah,
on a
but
plane
Baloo is a drug smuggler
with fruit. The hell?
Oh my gosh. I didn't really care for that one too much, but Gummy Bears though. Gummy Bears was my jam.
That was also drugs too. They're in a
Well, yeah, that's true.
They're in a tree with juice and it makes them go crazy.
Yeah, I wonder what gummy berry juice was. It was roids because it made them bounce and it made humans strong.
Yep. Yeah. Like I don't know what was going on at Disney, but they had a lot of drug ring cartoons going on.
Yeah. And then who knows where Scrooge got his riches?
Dude, dude, yeah, it's probably the example of who owns Disney. It's probably the Disney owner with his coin freaking thing. Oh my god, so bad. My first one, you're gonna laugh, and I know you're gonna remember this vividly because it's one of my favorite shows. Dude, the concept of the show was crazy. It's not Pee Wee Herman, okay? So I'm going to throw that out there right now.
Okay.
But it's kind of in the same concept of Pee Wee Herman, but it was crazier than Pee Wee Herman, which a lot of people don't realize. The Weird Al Yankovic TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. There was so much randomness in this show that he did. His brain just went crazy. I remember vividly this. There was one, it was a hamster. And it was Weird Al talking trash to this hamster, and he's like, "I brought my friend," and then it was Macho Man Randy Savage. He just comes out of nowhere, and he starts trying to fight with this hamster, and like he drops. And dude, all they show is him dropping like elbows on this hamster, like just like beating the crap of it, and then the hamster beats him up, and Macho Man goes, he's like, "You won for now, brother," and he like rolled his finger, like took off, like it was like watching, dude. After this, go on YouTube. It's fucking hilarious. And dude,
I gotta write this down. Wait, what was this called again?
Macho Man with a hamster.
Macho Man and hamster.
I wonder if I can find it. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Dude, I could not stop laughing at this. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. That I've ever seen.
So I never saw this one, but I saw like so on YouTube now it's like a thing. You know how like we always hated watching commercials.
Look! This is the name.
Found it?
Randy Savage literally obliterates a hamster.
Oh my gosh!
Look, there he goes to the wall.
Oh, it's a live show.
Yeah, it's a live show.
I didn't know that.
Show. Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
Oh my gosh!
And dude, he would have all these random celebrities show up and like do random stuff. Like it was like, you remember the movie UHF? It's like a live version TV show of UHF. Like it's just insanity. And he does all this crazy stuff on the show. All the concepts make no sense. But dude, I never laughed so hard as a kid at this show. It was so stupid. And I like dumb shit. Dumb shit is like my thing. And so that, dude, if you get a chance, you can find like an episode of it and watch it. It's so fucking funny.
Wow.
It was on CBS too, which is wild.
Weird. So you know, back in the 80s and 90s, whenever you know, streaming wasn't a thing. I mean, you know, nowadays we have to put up with like YouTube commercials and stuff like that in streaming services. Yeah, everyone loves them. But it was the same thing whenever we were kids, like growing up. It's like, oh, great, another freaking Ronald McDonald commercial. You back to my cartoon. But now, you know, going back for the nostalgia, like there are YouTube channels that are like dedicated to 80s and 90s commercials, and even 70s commercials. So, you know, I'll find myself every once in a while, like just watching YouTube, like these 80s and 90s commercials. And I came across the intro for a cartoon that I'd never heard of before, but it was called Cubic. It was
I think I've maybe know it.
I think that it was a Mexican cartoon that was like syndicated in the United States and like dubbed or something like that because the mouth movements never like match up or whatever. But and the kids look Hispanic to me. But like the story is that this gypsy was like getting away with some treasure, and this Rubik's cube, this magic Rubik's cube, fell off of the wagon, and these kids found it, and then they flew away. It's on crack, dude. Look up.
So
Look up.
so like
Oh
the
no,
Magic
yeah,
School Bus.
yeah, Rubik,
I'm
and
gonna look it up.
it's bizarre. It's this Rubik's cube that's an alien.
I'll have to look it up.
Uh
The
huh.
my next one, and this makes me laugh, and I know you're gonna laugh at this. This is something crazy that happened during the era of our childhood. It kind of broke my heart, but dude, it's the weirdest show ever. So do you remember Doug, right?
Yeah.
So Doug on Nickelodeon was awesome. Like him talking in his journal and all these things, all these friends, Mr. Dink and all these other things. But what happened was that the dude that sold Doug, he sold it to ABC.
Yeah.
And ABC made their own version of Doug where like
growing
Roger.
up.
No, it's like Roger's mom and them won the lottery and like all these things changed and stuff.
What?
They made up like all this crazy shit, and it's like this own alternate universe of Doug that like no one's ever really seen before, and it's super fucking weird. Dude, I was so amped that it was coming back. So I'm a big Doug fan, and I watched the show and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, what the kind of crap? And dude, it's on Disney, dude. If you go on Disney Plus, it's there.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's just so weird.
That sounds like it doesn't need to exist. That's weird.
No,
man.
It went to complete shit.
That sucks.
Another one I'm going to say that you love, and as soon as I say the two names, you're gonna laugh. Pete and Pete.
Oh, Pete and Pete was awesome. Yeah,
The best jokes ever.
Artie, the strongest man in the world. Oh man, I'm Artie, the strongest man in the world. Yeah, dude, Pete and Pete was amazing.
Salute Your Shorts was great too.
Oh, Salute Your Shorts was so good.
God damn that.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact about Salute Your Shorts. No, not Budnick. What was his name?
Donkey Lips?
No, there was another kid. He's he's actually in Rilo Kiley, the band Rilo Kiley.
Really?
One of the kids that's in Salute Your Shorts. Yeah. And also in Rilo Kiley is the girl from she's the lead singer of Rilo Kiley. She's from the movie The Wizard. That redhead.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like a 90s
Penske,
yeah.
Penske is in Rilo Kiley.
Were you a fan of Hey Dude?
Yeah, I really liked Hey Dude.
I hated it.
Dude.
I hated
Really?
I hated that intro so bad. It was so bad. They took a tourist video of Arizona and like spliced it together. And what also made me mad, and I'm gonna tell you this, I hate when they do this in TV, is this. Where you don't see their face and they turn around and they like
they smile. Yeah, like
drives me.
Yeah, the sitcom thing.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so bad.
And you know what?
Faces.
I can confirm now that I've been to Arizona. That's exactly what Arizona's like. Hey dude. Yeah.
Dude, the most racist thing happened on that show, and it's like a whole video. If you ever get a chance out there, people, look up. It's called Hey Dude, and then you space and write inappropriate.
Oh,
and this guy basically takes the video of Hey Dude and he catches all the inappropriate like racial things that happen in the show, and he's like, inappropriate.
Oh no.
It's a funny video. And when you watch it, you won't believe that you thought like that was not racist back then, because they make a lot of inappropriate Native American jokes, like really bad.
Yeah, I can see them doing that. because that's where I thought you were going with it. I don't remember at the time. Obviously, like it's a show of its time, so like some things don't translate into into today, being
Dude,
PC and whatnot. But
they had an episode where they were trying to do rain dances to make it rain so they can make money.
yeah,
That is a legit episode of that show.
yeah.
Nickelodeon, shame on you.
But for all the inappropriate stuff that Nickelodeon did, they brought on Mark Summers and Slime, and
Slime's great.
man, it was fun. And watching Nickelodeon growing up was so much fun. Nick Arcade. I hope
Fillmore.
that we still see Fillmore again
He's
at
gonna
MGC.
be there.
He is.
Be there.
He's
supposed to be there.
he's my favorite.
You're lucky.
person.
You're lucky you get to go and get to hang out with him. He was such a positive dude.
He's my favorite person on this earth. Fillmore, if you're listening, which you aren't, I love you.
He was like, when you brought him up to me, I wasn't ready for it. He just brought a ray of sunshine over. I was like, holy crap.
He is a ball of energy, man. You cannot be in a bad mood talking to Fillmore.
We were also randomly game hunting with each other at MGC.
Yeah.
we were sitting there looking at Super Nintendo games, and he was like, what do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? Is this one good? It was really funny.
Oh, he's such a good dude.
My last one I'm gonna have to bring up, it's coming up to its 30th anniversary, which makes us feel really freaking old. Street Sharks. Oh my god. The worst cartoon ever, but man, the coolest looking characters ever made.
I never did watch Street Sharks.
Dude, if you haven't seen it, oh my god, I have it on DVD, dude. It the first episode will make you laugh your butt. It's so bad, bad.
Yeah, I mean, like I was talking about like things that are trying to like capitalize on the opportunistic time of like other franchises' successes. Obviously, Street Sharks was trying to capitalize on Ninja Turtles.
Everyone
like a lot of things were. Yeah. Everyone's trying to be the next Ninja Turtles at that time, and
dude, I don't know who dropped the ball at Rare, but they could have. I think Battletoads could have took Turtles. I think it could have took Turtles. 100%.
Dude, especially if they had like freaking punching action, like
hell yeah. Dude, have like a giant hand punch him and stuff. Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was such a cool thing.
That soundtrack is so goddamn underrated, and they could have put that in the show, dude. They would have made so much money. Craziness.
Yeah.
Good old bargain bins, but you definitely
if we could just go back for a day and be a kid and like go binge watch our favorite cartoons after school. I don't want to do the school part, but the after school part I would love to do.
It's funny too because there was let me ask you this. What was the shows that were on when you're talking? Because like with me in DC, it was always the Disney Channel stuff. So it was like DuckTales and all that, and then at the end of it, it'd be like Ninja Turtles. Like somehow Turtles got fit in there somewhere.
I don't remember vividly, but yeah, definitely the Disney stuff was on ABC or whatever it was.
WB, Animaniacs.
Yeah, Animaniacs. Yeah, I watched the crap out of Animaniacs and Tiny Toons. Tiny Toon Adventures. Yeah, Plucky. Baby Plucky.
Yeah, the toilet.
Toilet paper go down the hole. Everyone loved that.
They definitely jumped the shark back in the day. It's like the very first teepee for your bunghole.
Yeah. It was very quotable. Yeah, in the era of no internet. Imagine that, people, like no internet. So like all of your entertainment was taken in through the TV, which you didn't have a DVR for. So like if you missed your show and you weren't VC, like recording it on VCR, then you missed it. But like we would quote that stuff all the time at school.
Hello, nurse.
Yeah.
Same thing I do every night. Piggy, take over the world.
hmm
God,
So
man.
quote. Everything was so quotable.
They always had catchphrases. I think that's like the big thing was like every person had like a catchphrase. Like Turtles had cowabunga.
hmm
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers had their thing. Like it's such a weird thing. Like you got to have a slogan.
Well, excuse me, princess. Yeah, so
I want
good.
that shirt so bad. I saw it the other night and I was like, I wanted that so bad. So cool. Well, that'll be the our show today. Do you got anything you like to plug, sir? Or maybe, nudge, nudge, wink, smile, nod, promote?
Oh yeah. So I finished my book. It's been so long since we recorded. Forgive us. We'll try and be more consistent, but yeah, life just gets in the way sometimes. And I mean, in a couple of weeks, we're actually going to be going to Midwest Gaming Classic, which will either try to record at or record after. We'll probably record after. But yeah, I don't remember the last update that I gave for my book, but at this point, it is at the printer. They have all the files. It's in their hands. The slipcover that is included with all of the backers that backed my Kickstarter project is now upgraded to a wooden slipcase. So it's going to be even sturdier and at no cost to you guys. The caveat is I said that it was going to be Kickstarter exclusive, but in order for me to make it worth it, I had to get 250 of them. So I will be selling them on my website. It won't be strictly Kickstarter exclusive, but you guys are getting it for free, so you have nothing to complain about.
I need to go get my wood pipe and my robe while I hold your mahogany in my hands.
Yes. No, I mean it's still going to have the same feel because it's going to be wrapped in paper and whatever feel it is. But the core of it will be wood, so it'll be sturdy.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Where can they look up these great books?
Oh yeah. So if you want to check out the stuff that I have available right now, go to vgcollectorguide.com. That has all the information that you can find about my video game collector's field guide, which is the 4-volume compendium, 2,400 pages. That is visual checklists of everything from the Fairchild Channel F to the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. And then, of course, my existing book that came out a couple of years ago, the Video Game Console Collector's Field Guide, which is available right now at premiumeditiongames.com.
Please support, definitely. You can see me at GI Gamer Nights 81. I know I haven't been doing a lot of posts right now because, like I said, life finds a way, and so it's been pretty busy. But I'm trying to get better about going back on there, showing some pickups, showing some things that I've been doing. I want to do some more videos and things like that as well. I definitely want to do. I'm going to do probably the new Resident Evil 4 DLC, Separate Ways, because I definitely want to talk about that. That was it finally made me a fan of Resident Evil 4, so I'm pretty excited to do that. Also, please subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. If you want to see our pickups and things like that, it's exclusive on YouTube. If you also want to see our exclusive pretty faces, we're also on YouTube as well too. If you just want to listen, hang out, chat, please comment on the bottom here. Like it, share with your friends. We're trying to get as many people as we can. And always remember to collect note and play your games. You don't keep them in these terrible things here. This will be thrown away as soon as I'm done here. But we'll see you guys next week. And I'm happy to be back. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Later, guys.